Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be reacting to Army Rangers Smoke Some Crips. Pow pow. It's going to be a bit of a documentary about the
Army Rangers and some
about
Crips.
Army Rangers smoking some Crips.
Not literally, not like.
So this should be an interesting one. Hope you guys enjoy the video.
And if you
Any
like
suggestions?
If you like it and you want us to react to more documentary style stuff, let us know.
Yeah, feel free to put it in the comments below.
Saturday, September 23rd, 1989. An Army Ranger who had just purchased a home on one of Tacoma, Washington's most gang-infested streets quickly became a witness to various illegal activity happening out front of his home.
Just straight off the bat, if you know there's gang-related activity going on around
Why would you want to work there?
Why buy a property there in the first place?
Especially it's like, this guy is ex-Army Ranger, so he would have had a decent money, decent like discounts
unless
on property.
He's got like a motive.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to be a cop.
Wanted to stay around the action.
Yeah, and at the minute we just know he witnessed. We don't know he's a grass.
Wasn't shy of confronting it or notifying the authorities.
Okay, dude's also a grass. I take that back.
Snitch!
Yeah.
Snitchies get stitchies.
Especially in an area that's like heavily gang affiliated in gang territory.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to snitch and not expect some consequences.
Soon after, he became the target of one of the most notorious street gangs Washington State has ever seen.
So it wasn't just like any gang, it was the most notorious gang at the time. Who, in 1989, it was a pretty violent era, I'd imagine. Worse than it is now. Because you could get away with crimes then. It was easier.
Yeah. I guess, was there CCTV at that point? I think it was only just coming in.
Yeah, it was like videotapes though. VHS, like this. VHS effect.
And after shaking up the hornet's nest one too many times, his home was ambushed by the top Crips gang. But not before he invited 15 of his Ranger buddies over for a barbecue.
Oh, how convenient. My man knows he's going to get raided by the Crips and he calls him back up.
Yeah. Not just any, 15. And these aren't just like
these are
normal,
like professionally trained Rangers.
These are Rangers. These aren't just like normal army people.
Call up me pal from school or something. It's like, do you want to come around for a barbecue?
Barbecue.
100 rounds, and 10 minutes later, the Crips were fighting for their lives.
Exactly. We could have predicted this.
I'm not being funny. It don't matter how much of a gangster you are, how long you've been on them streets for. These are professionally trained.
And 15 of them.
Yeah.
Armed to the teeth, knowing you're coming for them.
There could probably be like 5 of them and then taken down.
Yeah.
But then we don't know who wins.
Well, exactly.
I don't think it says smokes, Crips, so we
yeah.
can pretty much assume the outcome.
Ash Street Shootout of 1989.
In 1989, the neighborhood of Ash Street in Tacoma, Washington was an open-air drug market. There were several hot spots and almost every house on the block was an active and thriving traffic.
See, surely, right, they should have just done an old school British style. They're football hooligans. You organise a meet, specific location, no guns, knives, maybe a few bricks and bottles. That's just that's just standard procedure. But mostly fists. You just go in, mate. Just go in. You get done. You don't get done. It's just one of them, innit? Like,
and you don't lose your life.
Yeah.
That was the one rule. You can't beat someone to die.
These gang infestations in the 1980s, born from the crack epidemic, flooded the streets and created an economic downturn that defined the decade. You might remember President Ronald Reagan declaring the war on drugs, or his first lady who was just like, just say no.
Just say no.
We're going to have to make that a thing in all of our videos now. Just say no. Hey boy, you want to do some crack?
Just say no.
Tacoma was Washington State's ground zero of gang activity, and by the summer of 1989, it had grown blatant, middle of the day type shit, like selling crack to the ice cream man type shit. And this was all fueled by an influx of gang members moving in from California. Tacoma police had experienced nothing like it before and were really struggling to get it under control. oftentimes not even knowing how to respond to it.
Well, no
It's the
wonder.
fucking same way they respond to everything. Fight fire with
Fire.
fire.
But no wonder they're not going to know how to deal with it. They've never dealt with gang culture.
There's no,
and they're
like-
getting gangs coming out of like probably the most gang culture area
Yeah, but
in
there's
Los
no like,
Angeles.
political solution to it, other than taking guns off the streets, which is never going to
No,
happen. To
because-
this day, this is still a problem.
Yeah, and it will never happen because if you take the guns off the street, even now, the bad people will still keep their guns. So now you've got only the bad people with guns and everyone else not with guns.
Yeah, there's one of them. Like it's the same thing. Like gun sales are going to cool like the economy. It helps the economy, mad. But there's always consequences.
Yeah.
Smoking, they won't stop making cigarettes because
No.
they make too much money. So
Neighbors consistently called police and called 911 repeatedly and got nowhere. The typical response from police at the time was very mild. Community-oriented policing was a new thing, such as taking bullshit calls and pretending like it's not bullshit. Yes, ma'am. I know you can't sleep with the dogs, aren't you?
This is the thing. If you're from America, if you're old enough, put it in the comments. If you're not, go ask your parents. Did people really used to ring the police? Oh, the dogs are a bit loud. Can you come round, sort them out?
my cat's meowing at me and holding me hostage because I won't feed them.
Like, come on. What went on?
Policing was still viewed with suspicion by veteran cops who came up in the 60s and preferred the old ways, like smacking people in the head with their portable radios.
If they had done that, maybe they wouldn't have had this gang culture infestation.
Tacoma Police Chief Ray Faitlin pushed these new community policing programs.
Yeah, but then again, you can also argue the gang culture came from
Police brutality.
from violence in the first place, and they done what I said, fight fire.
With fire.
And then it all just spiraled into madness, power grabbing.
Exactly.
That the Hilltop Crip gang rose to power. Staff Sergeant William Folk of the 2nd Ranger Battalion 75th Ranger Regiment purchased his home on Ash Street in hopes that the neighborhood would soon turn around. To protect that investment, he was determined to help push the drugs and gangs out by any means necessary.
Fair play to the guy. He ain't taking no shit.
Crazy to most people, but Staff Sergeant Folk was not most people. He was an elite operator who at a moment's notice could hit hard and smash fucking everything. You know, Rangers.
I love this guy. He's really good.
Switch from regular man to Rambo man.
Smash the fuck out of anybody.
They should have brought in the bit where there's a sign getting shot the fuck up.
But violence was the last thing the Staff Sergeant wanted, and he remained.
Yeah, of course it was.
December of
Man.
1989, Folk returned from a December deployment in Panama to find the neighborhood worse than when he left. Along with other neighbors who were honest, hardworking people.
That's mad though. You leave Vietnam, was Panama? Right?
Panama.
Yeah.
No, Panama is South America.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
But it
You
was
leave Panama
quite-
and come back to home soil, and it's worse than a war zone.
Yeah.
That's mad.
I think Panama was to do with corruption. To be honest, I don't really know much about Panama.
That pressed police, demanding action. The neighbors started making signs, protesting, and taking pictures of the drug dealers. Even as the tension on Ash Street rose, Chief Faitlin made a decision he would later regret. Hamstrung by budget constraints and desperately short on the patrol side, he shifted 4 of 6 officers away from the Hilltop Crime Management team to launch a community policing pilot project. The neighbors on Ash Street reacted with disappointment.
So wait, they've only got 6 police officers.
And then what gave him the authority to do that in the first
I
place?
reckon he was bribed by the gang.
He was an army ranger though. He wasn't like. He just come back. They just said it. Just come back from Panama.
Yeah.
Like what?
No, this is the police. So the police had 6 police officers.
Yeah, I know, but I thought they just said that ranger guy
Yeah.
moved them somewhere else.
Fire from citizens and the city council. A local Tribune covered the controversy, noting efforts by Ash Street neighbors to monitor the drug activity themselves.
Inches cider.
After the News Tribune piece, drug traffic on Ash Street slowed, but only so much. Staff Sergeant Folk was used to seeing more than 100 cars pass through his block on any given day. And after the story appeared, it was down to 20 cars. Folk decided to install a video camera in his upstairs window to record the traffic. He organized a neighborhood barbecue as a show of public unity, set for 3 p.m. Saturday, September 23rd. He invited neighbors, friends, ranger buddies, and thought nothing more of it. The day of the barbecue, a group of Hilltop Crip gangbangers...
Come on. Are you done? Like, if you're messing with people's drug flow...
They're going to come for you.
And you've just set a public barbecue invite, you think these guys ain't going to know about that, mate? Word gets round on the street instantly.
His residence and gave him the gun. It came from a car full of Crips. Driving by his house, the index finger pointed, thumb up, a little flip of the hand, and the mouth words, boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
I imagine that's like...
50 bullets in your head.
I imagine doing that to an army ranger is like red flag to a bull.
Right.
Especially when he's got 14 of his buddies there to back him up.
An act of authority taken within formal prompt.
Never heard of that. Oh, it's a motto.
The gangsters saw the video camera on Folk's house, and a few hours later they returned and threw rocks at it. Someone else took shots at the house and the video camera with a BB gun. Folk and a few ranger buddies then walked across the street to confront the out-of-shape, chain-smoking gangbangers. Folk told them to stop throwing things at his home and the neighbors' homes, to stop shooting BB.
Now I know where Takeshi 6ix9ine got his look from. It literally looks exactly like him.
I think they're called the Island Boys and they've just gone broke.
To instead turn their lives around and find better ways. The gangbangers warned him to take the camera out of his window. The gangbangers suggested the staff sergeant didn't know who he was dealing with. The staff sergeant suggested the gangbangers didn't know who they were dealing with.
To be fair, that was true though. His statement was more true than their statement.
Yeah, you don't know who you're dealing with, yeah? You're a gang. You have no idea who we are.
Yeah.
We're Army Rangers. You think we're just regular people? No, son.
They then told him, "You're history, bitch," and told him they were going to burn his house down and light him up as soon as the sun goes down. Folk decided to walk away, and before he returned to his home, he overheard one of the Crips stating, "I'm going to shoot that army son of a bitch."
Oh, so they did.
Oh, so they figured out they were in the army.
Oh, to be fair, he probably wore
Army shit.
army stuff.
Yeah. But they probably thought they were just regular army, not like the elite part of the army.
Tapped his telephone, called some more of his ranger buddies from the 2nd Ranger Battalion.
Oh, right. So he's already got 14 of his buddies there. He just gets on the phone. He's like, hey, yo. Jesus.
Invited them over for a barbecue, suggesting it wouldn't hurt if they came armed. Translation, bring your own bullets. Hey guys, let's have a barbecue. Okay, well, yeah, what are we gonna smoke? Just some Crips.
We're going to go catch our own dinner. Shoot a few squirrels. Couple of
Including the few
deer.
Rangers who were already at the barbecue, and the Rangers called, the total of Rangers grew to 15. Folk told them to bring personal weapons and whatever else they had. They came armed to the teeth.
Yeah. You're talking to like a load of people who are probably gun nuts, right? And you're like, bring your own. So they're like, oh, gotta bring my guns. Oh, I never got my chance to use my grenade launcher.
What was the point of even saying come over for a barbecue?
Yeah.
Yeah, bring all your guns and ammo for a barbecue.
Yeah.
Clearly, this is
Not a barbie.
true intentions.
Rifles. Folk was armed with a Browning 9mm and a Colt Python 3.
That's just it, right? Are they? I'm assuming once you leave the army,
Yeah.
you don't have a license to military grade arms, because I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
now in the States you can't just go into any random gun shop and buy military grade weapons. They're all to a certain spec.
Yeah. Like fully automatics banned.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can't
Yeah.
buy like fully assault rifles and stuff.
No. Especially if they're not active duty anymore. But if they are on active duty,
Yeah,
because
but
they've just come back from a tour.
yeah, but I'm saying even if they're off of tour and not
Yeah.
on base, you can't take your
weapon off
said
base.
weapons home with you.
No. In case it is someone
But
steals
then
it.
this was 89, so I don't know whether like them
Maybe it was
laws
allowed.
were in.
Just, here you go, Jeff, take your grenade launcher home.
Yeah, just take your fucking machine gun.
Yeah. You want a tank? You want to drive the tank home?
Fucking Magnum. Who's the gangster now, bitch? Ranger spoke pitch to his buddies, a defensive operation of his home. Stake out locations and wait. No first moves. If police come, disarm immediately, cooperate, and assist. And all of his buddies joyfully agreed and were fucking.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Machine gun, mate. Military grade machine gun.
Will happen, but if it does, zero tolerance for dudes shooting gas and smoking Swisher Sweets. As the sun went down, the Rangers dispersed into
What?
their defensive positions. Alert.
Swisher Sweets is like a blunt wrap.
Oh, right, okay.
Like, it's like
I
cigar
didn't-
paper. You know, like cigar paper.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that.
Of any and all activity inside and outside the perimeter of the house. A few hours had passed as the Rangers held their positions. One Ranger observed a vehicle approaching in the distance at a slow rate of speed, at which point the vehicle shut off its headlights. Folk, with his Magnum in hand, returned the favor and turned out the lights in his house and in the yard. At 9:20 p.m., as the vehicle approached, someone within the vehicle fired a shot into the air. The house was now taking fire from the rear, where, according to police reports, small caliber automatic gunfire was heard. The Rangers opened a shit ton of fire, but so did the Hilltop Crips. One of the Rangers, William Edwards, was posted on the front porch. When the shooting started, he hit the ground as a bullet slammed into the wall beside him. He and other
Hold
Rangers
on.
returned fire.
Like, did they pick like short straws or something? Like, who was the one who decided to sit
Yeah, you
in
got
the open on the porch? No, you got a house. If the house was as big as that picture's saying, you got all them floors and windows to post yourself up at, and I'm gonna sit on a porch.
Yeah. Prime target number one.
I mean,
Running amongst parked cars on the other side of the street. Ranger Russell Nolte, posted in the backyard, crawled forward as a shot hit the back of the house 3 feet over his head. Ranger Burr Settles was posted upstairs by the infamous controversial fucking video camera as a shot came through the window. The bullet grazed his head and he received multiple lacerations on his face from the shattered glass. Numerous muzzle flashes were now seen from the east. There were at least 16 shooters in 3 different locations. The Rangers again returned fire, while outside the assailants took cover amongst the parked cars, shooting over their shoulders, ducking down, shooting blindly. You know, stupid shit like that, like gangsters do. At this time, a neighbor taking cover on her kitchen floor dialed 911. And just like the famous Wild West shootout at the OK Corral, it was over in minutes. 10 minutes, to be exact. The first police car came down the middle of the street, cherries and berries on, with his siren blaring. The Rangers dropped their weapons, but as that first patrol car arrived on scene, one of the Hilltop Crip gang members popped a round off, sending the patrol car reversing out of the scene so quickly, smoke was seen coming from the rear tires.
Goodbye.
Officers in the car
Jeez.
reported hearing 50 to 60 shots in less than 1 minute. Shortly after, more cops pulled into the block, and the gangbangers ran.
As other police units arrived in the area, subjects were seen fleeing. Those subjects were pursued and some caught and detained.
the Rangers, it said earlier, they planned not to fire first, so it's obviously self-defence
Yeah.
when they're firing back.
Yeah.
But then he also asked 15 of his buddies to come fully armed to the teeth.
Yeah.
That
Still technically defending.
you can't. Fair enough. These Crips shouldn't be going around selling drugs, all the rest of it. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. They're a gang. It's not. It's not something you should look up to. But then he's literally asked his guys to come fully armed, expecting a war,
Yeah.
and specifically stating not to fire first, so that it's classed as self-defence.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure when the police come along and he just claims self-defence, it's not all that innocent as he
No.
says he is.
On the one hand, though, they only returned fire once being fired on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the only reason
Yeah.
they done that is for this claim of self-defence.
Yeah.
He didn't go looking for the war, when he clearly did when he called 15 of his buddies
Yeah.
to come and help him.
Or no, he was still acting.
Because even
no,
now-
he was still acting in self-defence because the guy went boom, boom. I'm
Yeah, I
going
know,
to get you
but
tonight.
making that call to 15 of your friends to come over for a barbecue with all your guns and ammo, you
Yeah.
don't just do that.
No, but the guy's insinuated
Around.
first. If he didn't do boom, boom, it would have been bless. They could have come round, shot him up, and he wouldn't have had his buddies there because he hasn't instigated first. We're coming for you. We've started the war.
Yeah, but he is still escalating
No.
the war. And even in today's modern army, you're not allowed to fire first
No.
until you're fired upon.
Which is strange.
It's one of the rules of
Yeah.
engagement. So I'm interested to see if any of the Rangers get arrested.
The aftermath.
The unarmed staff sergeant walked out the back door to his driveway in the alley behind his house. He felt someone behind and didn't fight. A hand shoved his head down and a voice ordered him to the ground. One gang member by the name of Frankie Strickland was cornered by a police canine and found to be in possession of 16 rounds of 9mm. He said he was holding them for a friend, but couldn't remember. He also said the same thing.
Oh, well, that's like when you used to go to school and
Yeah.
not do your homework. Oh, my dog ate my homework.
Yeah. Oh, what are you doing with these 9mm bullets that match the bullets that have been hitting that house? Oh, I just holding them for a friend, bruv.
What a cop-out answer.
Like,
It was for a friend. Another suspect was carrying copper-headed rounds for a gas gun. Once the situation was under control and the officers learned about the Rangers' defensive operation, the responding sergeant of the Tacoma Police Department wasn't too happy about it. He lectured Folk and the other Rangers for not calling the police for
Exactly.
assistance.
That's exactly what I was
Yeah.
trying to get at. He knew they were coming to take him out. So instead of letting the police know, he just called him back up himself and took it into his own hands.
yeah. Not only that, but you can understand from Army Ranger Man's point of view, there's 6 effing police officers, 4 of which have been assigned elsewhere because of this chief. So there's only 2 police officers, and they haven't been taking anything going on seriously. Otherwise, they would have been able to reduce the thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of fuck-ups along
Yeah.
the way up to this point.
Police, oh, you should have rung us. What, so you can do nothing again? It's not like they haven't been doing stuff.
I know he didn't really have any other option but to take it into his own hands.
True.
But still, there must have been a more peaceful or more
Diplomatic.
sophisticated way of...
They should have just
dealing
gone,
with
found the
this.
leader, grabbed him up, put a gun to his head, and just said, listen, you ain't dealing drugs round here no more, and if you are, you're giving us 100% of the profit.
We've just done it like Western style. Let's have a fight. Gang
The
leader versus ranger.
roulette gun thing.
He felt that the situation may have been avoided by calling 911 prior to the shooting getting started. At what was
That'd be
quite
awesome.
possibly a 35-man gunfight with over 300 rounds shot in the dark, no one was reported to be killed.
What?
What?
Are you mad?
These Army Rangers didn't smoke no one.
As I say, the title is Army Rangers Smoked Crips.
How
I'm
many
pretty
rounds
sure
did they
the
just
street-
say? 500?
The street term of smoked is...
Dead.
Yeah, you're...
Yeah. How many rounds did they say were fired?
300 rounds.
300 rounds. And you're talking 14 people
That's mad.
that are elite and should be able to hit a target.
Yeah, but then again, were they actually aiming to kill or just aiming to deter?
Yeah. And plus, maybe they shot them but didn't shoot to kill. Like they shot them in the arm and the leg. But if they did do that, they're pretty lucky they didn't kill anyone.
It's mad though. This is what I don't understand American gun laws. Like, it's so easy for someone to just grab a gun and go mad.
Yeah.
Like, it makes no
Happens
sense.
all the time, doesn't it?
It should be so much more regulated.
Yeah.
It's part of their amendment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Right to
whatever.
defend
Second
yourself
Amendment,
or
whatever it's
right to
called.
arms. And the only reason they have that is because of the British, unfortunately.
Yeah, well,
Because they didn't like our rule. Well, they didn't like us being in control. So that was put in the amendment because Britain had already started taking away guns in Britain. And they were like, no, F you, because if you do that, we can't fight back.
20 years, the official version of the shootout held that miraculously no one was hurt, but there are rumors injured gang members did not seek medical attention for obvious reasons, and some may have even been mortally wounded. And according to Folk himself, during the firefight, one gang member rushed towards Folk's house. I guess he thought he was going to John Wayne it, Folk remembered. One of the Rangers took aim and hit the gangster in the shoulder. The attacker staggered back and ran away. The moment goes unmentioned in police reports and witness accounts of the time. Unverified gossip holds that the wounded man was treated at a Seattle area hospital. over an hour away from Tacoma.
Bro, there's no way you're getting licked off in the shoulder from a rifle at close-ish range and then making it an hour to go and get surgery.
It depends whether if it's just like a flesh wound or full on. If it hits an artery, you're not surviving that.
No.
But
But
if it's a flesh wound, you can survive.
it's going to be painful
enough
though,
time.
isn't it?
Yeah. But
For an hour.
you can get to a hospital within the time.
Doug Sutherland, who was mayor at the time, pondered a declaration of a citywide version of martial law to combat the gang violence that immediately drew national attention.
Wait, martial law is
It's when you get a curfew. You have
Right.
you have to stay in
between certain times.
certain hours. Yeah, it's like what's the bloody
House
film?
arrest.
No, yeah, what's the film? Perjury.
Purge.
Yeah, the Purge.
The Purge.
It's like the
Oh,
film
yeah.
Purge, when they're
Yeah.
told they're not allowed to. You're not allowed to be on the streets at certain times.
Right.
Then Governor Booth Gardner even considered sending in the National Guard to Ash Street. The Hilltop
What?
Crip gang member.
Hold on a sec. I'm pretty sure the National Guard are sea-based. Are they not?
No, land-based. They're everywhere in America.
I thought the National Guard was more ocean-based, like drug smuggling and things like that.
No, they got internal National Guard as well. They get involved in like riots and stuff.
Oh, Numfoot.
Found in possession of the 9mm and the pistol, Frankie Strickland was the only man charged in connection with the
What?
shootout. He was convicted of second-degree assault and was later sentenced to 22 months in prison.
What? Bruh, 22 months for firing a gun and second-degree assault.
Yeah, but then that makes no sense to me, because the amount of rounds that were fired, I'm pretty sure most of the Crips would have had 9mm,
Yeah.
whether they were submachine guns or pistols. So how do they prove that him specifically was involved in that shooting?
No idea. To only get 22 months for it as well.
Yeah, and it was only assault.
Yeah.
Not like
Like a misdemeanor.
not even assault with a deadly weapon. It
Yeah.
was just assault,
assault.
right? Or not even attempted murder.
And then, surprise, surprise, the military officially considered the incident a matter of self-defence
This
for the
goes
off-duty
straight back
rangers.
to what I said. Because he made sure they did not fire before they were fired upon,
And
it
they never
instantly
left-
becomes self-defense.
And they never left their position.
Yeah.
So
That's the
they
whole
were
reason why in
defending.
the military today the rules of engagement are you cannot get shot at. You have to get shot at before
For-
you shoot.
yeah.
Because then you can't be blamed for unprovoked
Attacks.
attack. Yeah.
And the fact that they all got away with it,
Yeah,
apart from
yeah.
one dude.
Like,
And let's
one-
be
right.
honest, 22 months, you basically got
And
away
as far
with
as
it.
they know, nobody got killed as well after firing 300 rounds.
Yeah. People
That's
definitely got
astonishing.
injured.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a gang member in the local area, and you go to a hospital with a gunshot wound, oh, I wonder what the fuck you were just involved in. Bearing in mind, 300 rounds, 10 minutes. They're all good, all the police and everyone's going to know, oh, that's probably where you got that injury.
Yeah.
So then they're like going to pin it on you. And second, they probably haven't got health insurance.
Visa, this is 1989, and even today there's even crazier things happening. You get gang street wars in the middle of bloody daylight
Yeah.
in a built-up area.
With heavy assault weapons. Like, not just like a pistol, like guns. But anyway, thanks for watching,
Yeah.
and I hope you enjoyed it. Shouts out to
Rambo.
Popo Medic for, I think that's how you say his name, Popo Medic.
For the commentary and the documentary.
It was actually really, really good. I like his editing style, and he's really well spoken and a little bit funny. So Popo Medic, shouts out to you. Please don't copyright strike. And
Any suggestions of similar videos, put it down below. And hope you tune in for the next one. Bye-bye.
bye.